All right. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining me here at Fin TV 123. I really do appreciate it. Today, we got 8 stories for you on this beautiful July 15th in the year of our Lord 2025. Main story of today is Fallout 5 has been greenlit. So, once again, thank you for joining me here at Fin TV. I'd like to remind you, don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. If you have Twitch Prime, you should probably give it to me. I'm a one-man show, one-man business run by one man, obviously. So I could use that subscription. Thank you very much. FinTV123, thank you for joining me. We are ready to get into some gaming news, you guys. Here we go. So story number 1, we got Fallout in the news. We got Fallout 3 has been greenlit, which is pretty cool. Pretty kind of kind of like, of course it's been, well, of course it's being made. You know, and it was any day now it would be greenlit. You know, it was only a matter of time, is what I'm trying to say. So first story of today, story number 1, you guys. This is coming from Cameron Coach at GameSpot. Fallout 5 is now reportedly fully greenlit. The report comes from the latest episode of the Xbox 2 podcast, where Windows Central Executive Editor Jez Corden discussed how Xbox is handling Fallout as a franchise moving forward. However, he didn't know what studio would be developing Fallout 5, as he believes Bethesda Game Studios' core teams are currently busy working on additional Starfield DLC and The Elder Scrolls 6. Corden said from what he has heard, part of the forward push from Fallout 5 and Fallout in general came at the expense of ZeniMax Online's next MMO, codenamed Blackbird, which has been canceled as part of Microsoft's latest round of layoffs. Quote, from what I heard, it was a case of, do we want to sink a ton of money into getting Project Blackbird to a point where it can compete with established players in the market, like World of Warcraft and Elder Scrolls Online? Or do we want to allocate that investment towards making Fallout 5? End quote, Corden said. Project Blackbird was still in pre-production when it was canceled, but no official details about the game from the Elder Scrolls Online dev had been announced. It had reportedly been in development since 2018, ran on a new engine, and was to be a new sci-fi IP. Development on the game was said to have been going well and had begun ramping up, with higher ups at Xbox seemingly approving of the game just a few months prior to cancellation. Regardless of who is developing Fallout 5, the fact that it is just now greenlit means it will likely be many years before its release. However, a Fallout 3 remaster is reportedly in the works that could arrive sooner. Cool. So, it sucks that a ton of people had to lose their jobs, and a game that they've been working on since 2018 was canceled. But hey, at least Fallout 5 has been greenlit. That's a silver lining, I guess. You know, it shouldn't come to a surprise to you how cutthroat this industry is nowadays with everything going on. You know, one game must die for the other to live. It's the world we're living in. Okay, okie dokie. Moving on to story number 2, you guys. We got Nintendo in the news. This is coming from... This is coming from Tom Phillips over at IGN. Nintendo says Donkey Kong Bonanza will come to symbolize 3D Donkey Kong in a separate branch to the 2D games. Donkey Kong Bonanza will be something of a template for the character's future 3D games, Nintendo has said, splitting DK's appearances in 2D and 3D titles. Similar to how Mario still appears in both 2D and 3D games today. Asked how Bonanza sits alongside other Donkey Kong games, Motokura continued by saying that the 3D Mario team considered this project to epitomize a new 3D Donkey Kong branch, separate to the DK's 2D platformers, leaving the door open to both kinds of games still existing in the future. So basically he's saying that this new 3D Donkey Kong game is its own separate branch from 2D Donkey Kong platformers, which are going to be its own separate thing, just like how there's 3D Mario and 2D Mario nowadays. Cool. I need to catch up on my 2D DK platformers. Last one I played was Donkey Kong Country, which I enjoy. I need to play Tropical Freeze. Yeah, I enjoy 2D platformers, so I'm glad they're still making them. Moving on, you guys. We're blazing through them today. Story number 3. This is for Scott. I hope you're in here, Scott. I hope you're in here, bro. This one's for you. I got this story specifically for you, Scott. Here we go. This is coming from Grant Taylor Hill over at Insider Gaming. GTA 6 will make $7 billion in 2 months, it's predicted. Oop, I messed that up. I've been going back and forth, haven't I? Hope I didn't just mess up my whole show. I'm pretty sure I've been going back and forth, right? I sure hope so. If not, that segment is ruined and I'll never get it back because I'm not redoing it. Oh well. Alrighty. So this is story number 3, you guys. We got GTA in the news. This is for you, Scott. This is coming from Grant Taylor Hill over at Insider Gaming. GTA 6 will make $7 billion in 2 months, it's predicted. They estimate that in a 2-month window, GTA 6 will ship 85 million copies at $80 per game. The team at Convoy also factored in GTA Plus subscriptions, which they estimate will skyrocket when GTA 6 is released. As of 2025, Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold 215 million copies, and it took just 3 days for the game to secure $1 billion in sales within a single day. Oh, I messed that up. As of 2025, Grand Theft Auto 5 has sold 215 million copies, and it took just 3 days for the game to secure $1 billion in sales. Within a single day, 11 million copies were sold. GTA 6 arguably has more hype behind it than GTA 5 did, given how the trailers for the game have broken viewership records twice. There's a bigger, hungrier audience. The technological leaps seem even more monumental, and Rockstar is playing the marketing game perfectly. I don't think that this guy is far off. This release is going to be absolutely massive. I'm not sure, to be honest, nowadays if I'm the exact demographic for this game, because for the life of me, I just can't get super hyped for this game. At my age, I just think I know the kinds of games that I'm into, and GTA just isn't a game that I'm so hyped to play day one. But with that being said, I probably am going to play this day one. But it's just that GTA can never really be my main game in the way that Marvel Rivals, Halo, or Diablo can be my main game. This game will be on the level of like Mario Kart or Peak or like FBC Firebreak. where I always have it downloaded, and I just play it every now and then when I have the urge to play it. Um, Except I can see myself deleting GTA at some point. I'm looking forward to Arc Raiders, Marathon, Wildgate, Gears of War. That's my style of game. But with that, all that being said, I'm gonna play GTA with an open heart, and you never know what could happen. Maybe I fall in love with it. Who knows? Moving on, you guys, to story number 4. We have Candy Crush in the news. Not in a good way, unfortunately. Not in a good way. We're making good time. We're getting there. I'm trying to do this before my mechanic gets here. All right, let's keep moving. Here we go. So this is story number 4, you guys. This is coming from Andy Robinson over at VGC. Laid off King staff are reportedly being replaced by AI tools they helped build. AI tools are basically replacing laid off design teams, it's claimed. Earlier this month, King cut around 200 staff as part of Microsoft's sweeping layoffs, which saw games canceled and studios slashed across its game business. Notably, it's claimed that these staff spent the last few years building and training AI tools to do their jobs. Quote, most of level design has been wiped, which is crazy since they've spent months building tools to craft levels quicker, end quote, one anonymous staffer told Mobile Gamer. Quote, now those AI tools are basically replacing the teams. Similarly, the copywriting team is completely removing people since we now have AI tools that those individuals have been creating. This just makes me sick. We are living in some sort of dystopia where computers are replacing humans by the droves, and it's fucking wild. Moving on to story number 5, you guys. This is coming from Mike Straw over at Insider Gaming. A new Guilty Gear game has been canceled. A new Guilty Gear game. I cannot say this shit. Let me start over. It's all the G's. A new Guilty Gear game has been canceled. A new Guilty Gear game that had been in development has recently been canceled at developer Arc System Works. Sources say that the game's cancellation took place within the last couple of weeks. As far as a reasoning behind it, nothing was specifically mentioned by those who spoke under the condition of anonymity. The in-development game had yet to be officially announced. However, when asked what this meant for the future of the series, one source said it was back to the drawing board. But that, based on what they knew, it wasn't finished. That sucks. Guilty Gear is a really good game. I hate to see the next one being canceled, especially when the most recent Guilty Gear has such a strong fan base, at least from what I can see. So that just comes as a bit of a shock. Moving on. All right, this is where things get juicy, you guys. We got, oh wait, no, not yet. We got story number 6. Things aren't juicy yet. Story number 6, just a quick one. We have our first look at the new Hagrid. Here is a photo of Nick Frost as Hagrid. It looks bloody brilliant. So far, I like everything I've seen from the show, from the new Harry Potter series. It all looks bloody brilliant to me so far. Cool. Moving on to story number 7. Oh, I didn't do that right. Jesus Christ. I have too much on my mind. So let me do that little section again. All right, story number 6, you guys. We have our first look at Hagrid. We have our first look at the new Hagrid. Here is a photo of Nick Frost as Hagrid. It looks bloody brilliant. So far, I like everything I've seen from the show. Looks really good. Nice bushy head of hair, big giant beard. Looks like Hagrid. Awesome. Okay, there we go. Now I got it. I had my stories mixed out of order here. Okay. Now, story number 7. I think this is story number 7. All right, we got Overwatch in the news, you guys. Overwatch time. I read this story and it made me angry. I got a little angry and I ranted. I ranted a little bit for this one. So let's get into it. Story number 7, you guys. Overwatch 2 changes. Restart. Overwatch 2 changes aren't in response to Marvel Rivals, says the director. Late last year, Overwatch 2 got some... Fuck, I keep fucking up. From the top. All right. At least I'm catching myself. Okay. Overwatch 2 changes aren't in response to Marvel Rivals, says the director. Late last year, Overwatch 2 got some serious competition in the realm of hero shooters when NetEase launched Marvel Rivals. A number of new Overwatch 2 features have also drawn comparisons to Marvel Rivals, including recent reveal of the third-person Stadium mode. But according to Overwatch 2 director Aaron Keller, Stadium mode and other features weren't made in response to Marvel Rivals. Quote, "I think that competition is healthy," end quote, said Keller during a guest appearance on J3's stream. Quote, "It does force people to innovate more and to always be putting your best foot forward. But I don't think what you're seeing in Overwatch 2 right now is a response to Marvel Rivals. So much of what we're doing this year, from perks to stadium to map voting, we did full hero bans. So much of what we're doing here and all the heroes we're releasing has been in the works for over a year as part of a new strategy for the game to have a big annual kickoff to the year," end quote. That sounds like a whole load of corpo garble BS. I'm sorry. Here we go. Here's the rant. I don't believe Aaron Keller, not one bit. This is where it starts, you guys. If you disagree with me, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. This is fueled by just pure anger. I didn't do much research. If I have something wrong, please let me know. But I'm going to get into it. Aaron Keller, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything that you're saying right now. How are you going to scrap a bunch of promised story and PvE content and add a mode that looks exactly like the competing game which just released, and you're going to claim it's not a response? It's all just a coincidence? It all happens at the same exact time like a coincidence? Okay. That's crazy corpo speak, and you're trying to give people hopium to huff so that they don't think that their favorite hero shooter is struggling to stay relevant. You've been working on these features for more than a year. Well, guess what? Rivals was announced over a year ago. So yeah, you've had a year to work on these things because you've known that Marvel Rivals is coming out for a year. You can't deny that Stadium is not a response to Rivals. It's more respectable. It's more respectable to just admit that what you want to do, um it's more respectable to just admit that you want to do what Rivals is doing, but better, with your own Blizzard twist. Stop denying that it's not a response. That doesn't matter. Everybody can see through that. We all know it's a response. Just admit that it's a response. Admit that you're trying to do what Marvel Rivals is doing, but you're trying to do it better with a Blizzard twist. Why hide the obvious as if it's so shameful that you're trying to find a way for your game to survive? There's no shame in that. Just admit it. You're trying to survive. You're trying to find new life for your game. And to do that, you are responding directly to Marvel Rivals. Why deny it? There's nothing wrong with that. You're trying to survive. That's what you do. You respond. You're making a response. This guy says that he believes in competition, that it's good, but he won't admit that Blizzard is making a competitive reaction to Marvel Rivals in order to stay relevant. There's nothing wrong with that. Why not just admit it? That's basically the rant. That's what I had typed out here. A side note, I really hate the collabs. I think that Overwatch is unrecognizable. It looks like something else. I just think it's safe to say that besides Kiriko, I am over the game of Overwatch. All right. Got that out of my system. Moving on to the last story. You heard that throwaway? It's like I wouldn't have to say all that if this guy wasn't just spouting bullshit. Just admit it, man. It's all in response to Marvel Rivals. It all is. Just admit it. Just admit that you scrapped all the content that you promised, the PvE stuff, the story stuff. You scrapped it all and decided to respond to Marvel Rivals. And it kind of worked, your dedicated fans, they like Stadium mode. But people like me that got into Marvel Rivals, I'm like, well, I'm having fun with my third person Marvel Rivals right now. Why would I go play this other new responsive, this other new response of a game mode that I feel like was just regurgitated out in response to Marvel Rivals? It's the lesser version. They're trying to do what Rivals is doing. They should have just stuck to their lane. Do the content that you promised. Make the best first-person shooter you can. I don't know. All right, moving on to the last story of today, you guys. We got, this is just a quick one. You got Last of Us. They got a bunch of Emmy nominations. This is coming from Eddie McCooch over at GameSpot. Naughty Dog's Neil Druckmann reacts to The Last of Us, picking up 16 Emmy nominations. That's the title of the article. I'm not really going into any of Neil Druckmann's reactions. I'm just kind of listing off what's happening here. So, nominations for the 2025 Emmy Awards were announced today, and HBO's The Last of Us, based on Naughty Dog's video game series, scored numerous nods. The Last of Us was one of the most nominated series this year, picking up 16 total nominations compared to 24 for season 1. Wow, that's a lot. So Pedro Pascal as Joel was nominated for Best Actor, despite only appearing in 3 of the season's episodes. Bella Ramsey as Ellie nabbed the Best Actress nomination, while Caitlin Dever as Abby Catherine O'Hara as Gail, and Jeffrey Wright as Isaac, and Joe Pantoliano as Eugene also scored nominations. The Last of Us overall picked up a nomination for Best Drama. Other nominations for the series include Best Production or Best Production Design, Casting, Picture Editing, Contemporary Makeup, Prosthetic Makeup, Supervision, Music Supervision, Nonfiction Short for its making of the documentary, Sound Editing, Sound Mixing, and Special Visual Effects. Nice. I really love this show, and every one of those nominations is well deserved. Very cool. Let's see what Throwaway has to say here. I don't even think they banned Heroes before. Now they do, exactly. Devil's Avocado, you also felt that way towards Rivals when it first came out. Yeah, I did. When Rivals first came out, I was opposed to it. I was like, these guys are totally just copying Overwatch and making it into third person. But I eventually came across some gameplay footage of Jeff the Shark swallowing people up. Just like he just swallowed some people up and spit them out. I saw that and I was like, wait, this is a competitive game where I can swallow the entire enemy team and spit them out? I absolutely need to do that. And so I did it. And the rest is history. I kind of fell in love with Marvel Rivals, and yeah, I'm a Marvel Rivals player now. And a little after that, Overwatch released Stadium, and I don't know, I just saw right through it, and I was like, dude, like maybe if I never tried Marvel Rivals and I stuck with Overwatch, then yeah, it would be cool. It'd be kind of like, oh, nice. There's this game Marvel Rivals that I see everyone playing in the distance, and it's in third person. That seems kind of interesting, but I'm sticking with Overwatch. Oh, and now my game has this third person mode. Sure, I'll play it. It's probably good. And guess what? It is good. Everyone likes it. But I don't know. I just don't respect it. I just don't really respect it. I think they should have stayed in their own lane and not broken all these promises that they broke. And that's everything for today, you guys. That's all I got for you. Thank you for joining me here at Fin TV. I guess Overwatch failed to stay ahead of the curve. They did, dude. They did. They failed to stay ahead of the curve. And then I don't like the fact that the director of the game goes and like fucking says all this shit that it's not a response. It's like, dude, just own it, man. Just own it, double down, fucking say like, yeah, we are responding to them. We're trying to do it better. We are. That's literally what we're doing. That's more respectable. But you're trying to like fucking hide it. It's like, dude, like, I don't know. And then like, it's all that. And then on top of it, you just add the fact that they promised story content, PvE content, and haven't delivered any of it. That sucks, man. That sucks. So it's like, I don't know. I guess I just feel like you guys haven't earned me staying with your game. And all that I can do about that is play Rivals, and that's what I'll do. And I'll drag Overwatch through the mud on the internet. Because the fucking stupid director wants to say that it's not a response. Stadium is not a Yeah, the third person mode that takes every single aspect from Marvel Rivals, bands and everything. Yeah, that's not a response to Marvel Rivals. It came out at the same time and everything, but no, it has nothing. They have nothing to do with each other. Nothing. Okay. Stupid. Fuck it, man. Don't do stupid shit. Don't say stupid shit. And I won't have to rant about you. All right, you guys. Thank you for joining me here at Fin TV. I really do appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and end the recording and the stream. hopefully I'm back later for some gaming. L's for Blizzard. I even want to delete Diablo sometimes. I'm like, man, I'm kind of tired of Diablo. They pissed me off with a lot of shit they did with Diablo 2. You know, the fact that I bought that game for $80 and there's still $25 skins. I'm getting mad right now and I kind of want to delete it right now. I'm fucking tired of Blizzard and the bullshit that they think that they can keep on getting away with. I bought Diablo 2 times and then they release it for free on Game Pass. And they have $25, $30, $40 fucking packs of DLC. Dude, I fucking spent $160 buying 2 copies of your game and you gave it away free a few months later. And you're telling me that you want me to buy season passes every fucking month and costumes? I'm going to delete it right now and I'm never playing Diablo again, man. Fuck it. Fucking disgusting. Oh, God. Am I gonna game? Yes, I do believe I'm in a game. Just give me a little time. I'm gonna upload some stuff. And yeah, thanks for joining me at FinTV, everybody. I do appreciate it. Don't forget that if you have Amazon Prime, you have Twitch Prime. Give me those Twitch Prime subs. Give them to me. L's for Blizzard, you guys. L's for Blizzard.